Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to do something fun, something really creative and something super glam. I'm going to do something inspired by autumn. I love this time of year, and what I love about it most is all the amazing colours that you see all over the place. Those gorgeous orange, reds, browns. So that's where the inspo for today's look's coming from. And also my newly red hair. If you'd like to learn how to look like this, then keep watching and I'll show you how to do it. Okay? I'm gonna go off now. I'm gonna do my base, my brows. I feel like you've watched me do that enough already. And I don't want this video to be 900 years old. I don't want this video to be 900 hours long. So I'm gonna go off and do that and I'll be right back. Wait there, don't move. Stay there. Stay there. Be right back. Stay there. I'm back. That didn't take long, did it? I've got my base on, my brows on, and I'm set to go and create something funky. I think I'm going to use my two Morphe palettes. So I've got this one here, which is a collaboration palette with Avani Gregg. I don't know who that is. What I love about it is how bright all the colours are. Today I'm going to be looking at these colours, these nice orangey colours. And then I'm probably going to use a little bit of this Morphe palette as well, which is the Morphe 350 palette. Loads of lovely like autumnal colours. Anytime I ever start an eye look, obviously I've got primer on my eyes, that's really important. I've also got a little bit of concealer on there as well, just to get rid of any coloration. But I always go in with a completely neutral colour, and what I mean by that is sort of the same colour as your eyelids, just to take any tackiness away. Just gives you a really nice base to start with. Literally just going to take a fluffy brush, because you don't need to be neat with this at all. I'm going for this really pale one. I feel like that's what I am right now, pale. I'm just gonna dust it all over the lid, right up to the brow bone. Ta-da! So with the same brush that we've just used, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna pop it in this orange, which is quite a light orange. I'm gonna use this as my first layer of colour. And then before this hits my face, I just tap off. I don't know if you saw that, but a whole cloud of colour just came off. If you tap it off before it hits your face, then it's going to come off in the air rather than all under your eye where you've already put your makeup on. So to start with, I think I'm going to focus this on my outer corner and blend it inwards and see how we get on. Top tip when you're putting on your eyeshadow, keep your eye open. I'm just going to press the colour into place. And once I've done that, then I'll start doing tiny little circles to buff that out. It's a really nice colour, so orange. Because I want to keep my eye shape quite lifted, I'm going to try really hard not to bring the eyeshadow down past this point, just to help sort of lift everything. If you start bringing it down, it's going to start make your eyes look like they're drooping. Love that colour. So another little tip I've got for you when you're doing your eyeshadow is have a brush handy, a fluffy brush that you don't actually put any product on. I've got a really itchy nose. What we're going to use this brush for is to help blend out that edge totally seamlessly. All you need to do is just run it over the top edge of the eyeshadow that you've just applied. Then to really get into my crease, I'm going to swap my fluffy brush for a smaller fluffy brush, just so I can really pinpoint where I want that colour to go. Just using the same orange colour as before, and I'm just working over the top until I'm happy with the results. My touch here is so light. I'm barely touching my eyelid with the brush. Going in again with my fluffy brush with nothing on it. I like to do this after every sort of application of colour. Then before I move on with this eye, I'm going to do exactly the same on the other eye. I think it's so important to do each eye the same step as you go, so help yourself out by doing it in stages. I'm actually obsessed with how orange this is. It's so totally cool. Happy with that? Happy with that? Cool. Cool. I want to intensify the colour in the corners make it bigger and brighter. So I'm going to take this brush, slightly stumpy, be good for packing on colour. And I'm going to take, these colour names are hilarious. This orange colour in the rather amusing name. You mad? Are you mad? Don't do that. You can't pull that off. Just to let you know. Just going to stamp the colour on there. Again, tapping that off. I am just going to stamp that on there. Stamp it on. Love it. You know, I don't wear eyeshadow that much, and after a while I think I'm totally over it. I'm over it. I'm not over it. Guys, I'm not over it. It's so much fun to wear. See that I've left my lids pretty clear. Kind of like to save that part for a highlighty colour. Cool. And then over the top of that, just around the edge, I'm going to take the first orange colour that I used, which is this one here. I can't pronounce it and I'm not going to try. I'm just going to sort of whiz it over the top and the edge, just to really marry those colours together. I'm now going to swap to this sort of warm brown colour. Make it feel autumnally, like my display, which I created myself, by the way. I'm going to be using a brush that I've already used. This had the first orange colour on it, but I don't think I'll be using this brush for that colour again. I'm just going to start in the corner and work my way around my own eye. I'm just packing it onto the corners, so I want the most intensity out of that colour. And then I'm kind of working it along the top of my crease. Take my brush with nothing on it again, just run it over the top there. Cool, 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 cool. I'm going to swap over to the other palette. This is the really gorgeous warm browns. I take this flat brush, it's got a nice pointed tip. I'm going to take this one, this matte, it's a very warm red. I'm going to work it into my lash line in the corner of my eye. And again, I like to push it first before I try and blend it. So then what I'm doing now is I'm taking the same colour that I've just used to line my lash line, and I'm just creating a real depth in this corner, keeping that lovely lifted shape. Looks nice. Always going over the top with that brush with nothing on it. Nothing. So I'm going to go over the top on those little white patches of my eyelids, just with a gold. I'm going to use my ring finger. Glittery, shimmery shades do stick much better to your finger and you'll get a much better application. So I'm just going to pop that over the top, just pressing it into place. A brush with nothing on, I'm just going to run over the top of that to sort of like blend it all in together. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to line my lash line with an actual eyeliner. Today I am going to be sticking on false lashes. I'm really going for it. And I am going to go in with a black, but I'm going to the thinnest line ever, and I'm literally just sort of lining my lash line, just so when I stick those lashes on they're not going to look silly. So gel liner by INGLOT. INGLOT, I actually like this a lot. It glides quite nicely actually. Very easy to work with. Then I'm taking a really fine headed brush. I got this from Hobbycraft, so it's super fine. Ta-da! Same on the other side. Don't worry if you haven't got if you've added a flick, if it's not perfectly symmetrical. Won't really matter in a moment. To buff that out, I'm going to use a colour from this Arbonne palette. This is the palette, what is it? Volume 1. It's a lovely, really dark, warm brown there. And I've got a really flat brush, a small flat brush, so you can get in there with the detail. I'm just going to blend out the corners. So it's a really subtle difference, but it just blends that liner into the eyeshadow that you've done. Gorgeous. I finished fannying around with that. Now I'm going to do under my lash line. Basically just going to take all the brushes that we've been using and I'm just going to use what's left on them to just really get in there. So I'm starting off with a really vibrant orange and I'm going to pull some really attractive faces now. It's the law, it's the makeup law. You have to look ugly while you're applying your makeup. Here we go. Get in there. I think the shade looks thick. Right, and then I'm going to take the little brush with the darkest colour on and really work it into my lash line. Funky monkey. Now I'm going to stick on a load of mascara. Right, I'm going to be using this one. It doesn't have a brand on it. I don't know where it's from, but it's good for volume. And pulling a really nice face. So cool. And I know I said a couple of videos ago, I can't remember when, that I'm either an eyes or a lips kind of gal. That's if I'm going out and that's just my personal preference. But because I'm not actually going anywhere today and this is just for this, I am going full on. We're doing the lips. We're going for it. I'm not sure what this hand is doing. I've got a lipstick here. I've got a Maybelline lipstick here. This is a 270 in hot sauce. I'm gonna line them first. And I'm gonna be using this Huda, I don't know if that's correct, Huda Beauty Warm Brown lip liner. There we are. Don't know why I do that. And I don't know why I make such strange sounds all the time. And then I'm just going to take the lippy and slap that all over the top. Love it. But I haven't got any on my teeth, which is a triumph. But there's still time, so I don't mean to like blow my own horn, but this is really cool. So let's stick on some fakies. I got these from TK Maxx, my favourite shop in the whole entire world. Still nothing on my teeth. I thought they'd be perfect for a super glam look. These are by ARDEL and they're called wispies, and I think you would agree they are quite wispy. Double wispies, very nice. I'm going to stick those on. You're going to get your little pot of glue, run it along the strip, and then you need to wait for that glue to go tacky, otherwise they're just going to slide around on your eyelid. Normally the glue colour will change slightly, start to go a bit see-through, and that's when you know it's game time. So I don't know if I'll be able to do this with one hand. I'm gonna go and attach these and I'll be right back. So they're on. Tie my hair up actually, I'm gonna have a wait for a second. Right, now those lashes are dry, I basically like to just run over the top of my lash line where my liner was with a deep colour, just to like blend them in. Stunning! And then, I don't know why I always leave it till last, but I always do my highlight last. I'm not really sure why. I wish I could give you a reason, but I don't actually know what the reason is, so... And I'm going to be using this by I never know how to pronounce it. This gorgeous gold. It honestly smells like you could eat it. I'm using a fluffy brush here, and I'm just gonna whiz it over the top of my cheekbone, centre of my face, and then we'll be done. And there we are, we're finished. Something super glam, but I don't know, it's kind of like really fierce and I love it. Stunning, gorgeous. Would love to know what you think. Would also love to know if you give this a go. I've had so much fun creating this. Next time you put makeup on, slap a bit of eyeshadow on and it'll just make you feel amazing. I really hope you've enjoyed this week's video, and if you have, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!